Drop and play.
It doesn't show over here that thing. I'm gonna have to close the stream. That's what it is. I'm not gonna be able to see the chat. You guys will have to let me know. I'm losing frames.
Okay.
Let me know if that got better.
It seems to be. Yeah, Marker, that should be announced this weekend in the Discord.
What's gonna be announced?
The list.
I think the last thing me and Slice talked about, was Friday, but I could be wrong. She's in the chat. Do we have everybody signed up? If we have everybody signed up, maybe me, you, and Slice could get together after the stream and randomize the teams.
Make sure I'm not downloading
that. Slice said that she had a randomizer. If we could do that live, not sure when we would do that other than next Friday, but I think people need to be practicing.
Yeah.
With their team, that is. Well, we could stream it live in the Discord. What was I thinking? We can do that. We can get Slice to do the randomizer. Alright guys, here we go.
Hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. We're showing the video real quick, not the new one, the intro. So.
Okay. Sorry about that. My kid was.
Yeah, no worries.
I apologize. All right, cool. Yeah, we're here. All right. Hi. What's up? How are you guys doing today?
Joey, after this video is over, jump right into the interview, buddy.
Alright, cool, yeah, I'm about
Biscuits, it should be better. You should be able to open up your screen now. And I'm downloading GTA.
there we go. Y'all can see me a little bit better now.
Chalk's here, but he's got to watch it in 160p.
He's got to watch it in 160. You guys, how do you feel about that? I always love that video. It always gives me chills. How
Gotta get on that
everybody
level.
tonight? Yeah.
Hey, who's that? Hey, who's that handsome guy right there?
Oh, that's TheJoeyLama. Welcome to the show tonight, Joey.
Hey,
How
what's
are
up?
you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
We're doing pretty good, and we also have hashtag Killshot with us tonight.
You.
All right, so what we normally do is we get right into the interview, and then after the interview, we kind of go over Discord stuff, and you can hang around for that. Stay for the whole thing. And normally we have an episode to show, but this week we don't have a new episode because our video editor is on the road, and he is going to be on the road for a week, they tell me.
Oh, nice. Good. They deserve it. They need a nice little break.
Yes. Supremacy is going to be gone for about a week. I'm sure he'll be in and out of the Discord when he has time, but he will be back, and I'm not sure how it's going to go. We're having a video next week, so you guys stay tuned. I know with him being gone in between having a video this week and next week, he may not have a new one next week either, but you guys keep getting those video clips in because that's how we make our videos. We use those clips from your streams and we make the videos, and that's another way that we promote for SSG members. Alright, so let's learn a little bit about you. I know that you're streaming this as well tonight for your community, and that's great. I think anybody that does the interview on our SSG podcast should take the opportunity to also stream it. I was like, wow, that is an awesome idea. So tell us a little bit about you to get us started, how you got started streaming, and how long you've been streaming.
It's been it's almost a year, less than a year, a little less. But my buddy, Good Beats, I think everybody's seen him in and out of the chats. He's helped me out a lot. He lives not too far away from me, and we I told him I wanted to do it, and he said, okay, we'll go ahead and do it. And he helped me set up and find everything I need to set up to do it. So he's been a really inspiration to me and helping me out. And then of course my girlfriend, she helps me out, and she tries to give me pointers and do that kind of stuff. So a lot of support. That's how I really do my streaming sometimes. I don't know. I see everybody else streaming, and it's been around for a really long time, and it's always something I wanted to do, and I wasn't sure how to do it. So thankfully, again, I had people to help me out and then show me how to do it and stuff like that. I mean, I live in Indiana. Lived here for about, oh God, I'm too old for this. Lived here since I was 11, so for about, oh God, 24 years. Jeez, a lot of my life here. So I guess you could technically say I'm from Indiana, but I used to live in New Hampshire. Moved around a lot with my mom. Only child. And then a single mom, just me and her for a while, and then she married my stepdad, and so I lived here for a while. And yeah, I mean, not much else to know about me. I mean, if everybody's seen my stream, you kind of see what you get, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just here to kind of help people out in this trying times. That's kind of one of the other reasons I want to do it, because I knew it was kind of a good time to start doing it, because everybody was at home, so it's kind of a good way to try to do it, especially when you're kind of beginning. And then I want to kind of be here for everybody, and I try not to call people my followers, try to call people my watchers. I like when people come and watch me, just hang out and like just play video games, watch me play video games. And if you watch me later, you watch me later. If you watch me then, great, you know.
Yeah.
I try not to look at the viewer count, but you know, like I always love it when people come in and chat with me and talk to me, but I'm here to do it, just to have fun, you know.
Right. So do you feel like as you watch your numbers, do you feel like your mood changes? Like if your numbers go up a few, like do you get really excited, and then if they drop, do you feel yourself kind of slump, or do you stay even keel through the whole thing?
I mean, I look at it, and then I mean, like, well, because like I always know the one. It's usually my friend or somebody else is auto hosting, so it's always like the same people. So it's always nice to see them, and like, even though my friend lives far, like close to me, like you know, he's trying to stay in quarantine and go through school and stuff, and because he's got his own things he wants to do. So we talk when we can, and that's one other way we talk. So that he is, you know, she's come in, that's how I kind of met her, and she's helped me with my stuff. And like I try, you know, the people who come and hang out with me and do that kind of stuff, you know, I try to like you know be there for them and everything. So like yeah, so of course when you see the viewer count go up a little bit, you're like, oh, okay, cool, you know. And I try to like be the same and not try to like overextend it, because you know you want to just like you know, this happens all the time, you know, like you're a cool guy.
Yeah.
So I do get, but you do get excited, and I always try to get hyped up when people raid me and stuff like that, because I mean, regardless if it's one or two people, you know, you gotta be appreciative, you know, especially when you're starting out. You don't want to forget the people that brought you here. And then yeah, I try not to get bummed out, because it's like it also, I'm so used to it. I'm so used to just having like my buddy Good Beats or whoever, so it's like it doesn't even matter if it goes down. Sometimes I do feel like, but that's just my own anxiety stuff. So sometimes I do kind of feel like, oh man, like I don't, why are people leaving? Am I being boring? But then I just get over it and just kind of keep playing. So I try not to let it get to me.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. Definitely.
Yeah. If y'all could give me 1 second, I apologize. My child's yelling for me.
No, you're fine. No worries. How's everybody in the chat doing? Let's see. While he stepped away for a moment, let me catch up with chat. We have Big Busta 96 in here. Merker's in here. The chocolatest starfish is in here, watching us in 160p. Our mod, of course, is here, Italian Slice. There's Renicle slipping in with a hey, hey, hey. How are you tonight? Big Busta just got a win on Apex during his stream earlier. How about that? Yes, absolutely. Good vibes from that. So does everybody in the chat know about the tournament? We're going to close sign up pretty soon. Starfish says he's at 480 now, much better. If you guys haven't heard about the SSG tournament, that's right. Italian Slice just dropped it in chat for us. This is SSG's first tournament, and we've been talking about doing one for some time, and we're finally going to do it.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries. We've always got stuff to talk about here.
So that's pretty much, yeah. I guess that was the end of what I was saying anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go deal with the child. The child, he tries to stay awake as long as possible, so.
Yeah, we, Hashtag and I have 18-month-old twins, so we definitely understand.
Ooh, yeah. That's gotta be tough. Boys or girls?
They're girls.
Ooh.
They are,
Yeah, good luck with that.
They are our caboose children, actually. He has 2 children from prior, and I had 2 children from a prior, and that gives us 6 girls altogether.
Oof. Wow. Yeah, you're gonna be a popular house when they get older.
Yeah.
You have to get some shotguns.
Yes, yes. Starfish, that's correct, and Slice knows this to be true as me talking for hours. I talk for hours when I'm tired, and that's the weirdest thing for me, but the more tired I get, the more I talk.
Right.
Joey mentioned a puppy just before the holidays. So Slice wants an update, JoeyLama, about your puppy.
Oh yeah, so we're probably gonna pick it up on Monday. We just gotta make sure that's what we want to do, because I gotta watch my mom's dog too starting Saturday, so it'd be like 3 dogs in the house.
Wow.
So it might be a little too much. So if we don't get it Monday, we'll get it the week after. So we're gonna shoot for Monday though. It's gonna.
What
I'm
kind of
sure
puppy?
everybody's gonna be waiting to see it. Yeah.
What kind of puppy is it?
White dog. Oh God, I can't remember. It's like called like a Pyrenees or Pyrenees. I don't know. It's like PY something. It's like those big white dogs, like white
A
sheepdogs.
Pyrenees? Something like
I
that?
think so. They're like the big white dogs. There's like long white-haired dogs. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. Yes,
Like this, we're
there will be
definitely gonna
pictures.
need, pictures in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, Pyrenees. They love to
Pyrenees.
travel.
yeah. It's just but they were supposed to be purebred, but the mom kind of cheated on. So it's gonna be decently big. I know, right? I was like, oh man, come on. It's all right. I mean, purebred's purebred. That doesn't bother me. So we're still gonna love the dog no matter what. It's just gonna be a huge ass dog with a mastiff mixed in it.
Awesome.
But yeah, definitely. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's it, Shot. Biscuits, I heard you chatting, but I didn't hear it coming through Discord.
Can you guys not hear me?
There we go.
Yeah,
Now
I
we can
can.
hear you. Okay. I was like, man, she lost her words. She didn't know what to say.
Oh, yep, lost my words. Now I ask, I see it coming up.
Getting that remix going.
Hold on just a second, guys.
All right. Can I get that first part of that question again? I hope my shit's not fun. Fucking up. Can you all hear me?
Check, check.
Yeah, I got you.
Niner.
Biscuits is kind of going in and out.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, there we go.
All right.
I
Can
heard
you
that
guys
part.
can you guys still hear
now
me?
Yes.
Okay. So I asked your favorite game to play, and then before I finished the question, I was saying sometimes people play differently when they're off stream versus when they stream. They'll choose a different game to stream. Is that the same thing for you right now? Do you play and stream your favorite game right now?
I mean, yes and no. Well, I don't. So when people ask me my favorite stuff, it's so hard for me to pick. So like whenever somebody asks me for my like favorite game or favorite movie, I always have to do like my top 5. I can't ever just pick one, because like sometimes my favorites change. Like I'll like one band for a really long time, and then another band will kind of take that place for a while, and then so on and so forth. So I mean, I've got my like favorites that I always go to. So like I like Rogue Company a lot. That's one I've been really big on lately. God, yeah. Now that I think about it, that's the only game I'm really big on. So I guess you could call that my favorite game right now. But like like when I pick games and stuff like that, I try to pick games that like either I haven't played that I would like to play and that might look cool, and then or like other people want me to play, or I do try to look for the popular stuff, and then I try to see if it's something I would like to play, I do play it. If it's something I wouldn't play, I'm not going to play it just because it's popular, but I do try to find popular stuff because a lot of people do like to watch that stuff, because like everybody in this group plays Apex, so I was like, okay, finally my arm gets twisted, so I started playing Apex. But I do like the game. I used to play it before, but I didn't have all the heroes unlocked, so now I have them all unlocked for the most part. And then I play a whole bunch of different games, so it's whatever sparks my fancy at that time. So I wouldn't say I play my favorite game all the time. And then I don't know if I would play differently. I don't know. Like my girlfriend always tells me that whenever I'm playing, I play like I'm streaming. So like I'll like talk while I'm playing, even though there's nobody watching me other than her. So I kind of do that sometimes. I mean, other than me like not really talking on stream, because I do like when I play games, I do kind of like space out. So like, and Good Beats always tell me, he's like, you gotta start talking more when you're streaming. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't help it, because you can also see me on stream, like my eyes are just like so dead fixed, and like I don't even realize when I'm not talking for like like 30 minutes or something. So
Yeah. I definitely struggle
yeah.
with that myself.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. You talk enough, but I just like I don't even know that I'm talking, right? I know I have to force myself too sometimes, and it's weird because like I'll talk like outside of with other people, and like if people give me subjects, I'll talk about it, and I'll talk. But like if there's nothing going on, that's what my brain's fixated on.
Right. So I've gotten better at the talking during the stream, but I'm still finding it hard, like when I start the stream and there's still nobody in there yet. Like I draw a blank, like who am I going to talk to? Like there's nobody here. So I really make it complicated. Do you find yourself struggling when you see nobody's in there? Do you kind of just not talk, or do you still try to find things to talk about?
Yeah, I try to talk. Like I always like I was listening to this one podcast and stuff, because I always try to like look up resources and stuff and things I could be doing better, things I could be doing, to kind of get new ideas. But I always said like you should always talk like there's like 30 people in the room. Like you should always just keep talking, keep going, because I mean you don't want to like not know how to talk when a bunch of people are there. You got to keep kind of practicing that. So I mean I always try to like say something like give some kind of commentary whenever I'm doing it, just because because you don't know, people could be coming in, and if you're not sitting there talking already, then I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. It's like talking to yourself but not talking to yourself, so you don't want to like sound crazy. So
Absolutely. Yeah. I think no matter what, it's always going to sound like I'm crazy.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
right,
But that's okay, right? So
yeah.
this is a question I've never asked before. And this just like randomly popped into my head. So we're talking about streaming and we're talking about, you know, being active in your stream as far as talking when nobody's there. So when you have people in there and they're redeeming the channel points, how do you feel about those? Do you set your channel points to where people don't do the crazy stuff, or do you enjoy doing the crazy things?
I mean, that's the whole reason why I have them all there. Like, I'm trying to figure out more things I could be doing. Like, I just haven't got on it because, you know, well, procrastination. So it's a bitch.
Yeah.
But I mean, you put them on there for a reason. So like, if you're not willing to do it, and then you have ways of like setting it to like a certain number and stuff like that. Like I have it, like my dog, I have it set to a certain number because like if someone, you know, people start going crazy with it and want to see her 36 times, she ain't gonna like that. So I have it set on there. So if it's something you really don't want to do that much, there's ways of getting around that. But you know, but I always try to set it on stuff like I have it like drink something or eat something. It's like I'm always gonna want to drink or eat something. And I'm dancing through most of my stream anyway, so if someone wants me to stand up and take a dance break, and I'll do that. You know, if I can do it while I'm actually like playing the game, great. But like I'll always try to like find like a second to like stop in the middle of like a round real quick and do it. You know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like so like I don't. So if I put something crazy on there, then I mean it's not gonna bother me if they make me do it so many times. You know, if it's something I don't want, then I can always change it. So, but I mean, I encourage it. You know, if you want to see me do something crazy because you're bored, then you know that you come to the right place.
You guys, he's live right now. You can make him do some stuff.
Exactly.
Slice says, I've redeemed a dance break on Joey's channel and it was epic. So what do you do in these dance breaks? What goes on in that?
You're gonna have to come and see sometime. You have to redeem it. I don't know. I do whatever comes to mind. I suppose it all depends on the music.
Oh man, you guys heard it. If you would like to see TheJoeyLama dance on stream, you guys will have to go check it out.
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff too. So, as it comes out, I'll have to show everybody.
One of my favorite questions to ask is, and I think I've only asked it twice actually, but a video game from your childhood is what you have to choose from. So the question is, if you had to live in the world of a video game you played from your childhood, what world would you choose to live in?
So I wish I could remember what it was called, but I just remember specifically this game because it was, I don't know, it was just one of the games I really liked playing. God, I really wish I could remember what it was called, but it was like all this old NES. It's on the old NES system, and you had like these cubes of ice, and you had to like shoot them out, and then do different puzzles and stuff like that. And it was like a level-based game. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like one obscure games I remember. And I don't think I've ever seen it since I've played it. Like I couldn't even tell you what it was called, but it was on the old NES. Like, and you were some kind of like, I don't know, robot kid or some kind of kid, and like, I don't know, it was weird. I couldn't, it's so obscure, but if I had to live in that world, I'd probably live in that world.
That sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah, that might be my next search. We'll have to search for that one day.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember what it was called. It was like the one, I've never ever seen it since I played it like as a kid. I don't think I've ever heard anybody else talk about it.
Starfish says he would live in Gran Turismo 1, and hashtag says GT3 for him, or Need for Speed Underground 1 or 2.
Oh, nice. All car games except for GTA. Well, GTA is kind of a car game too.
Slice, Animal Crossing doesn't count.
Yeah, you couldn't have played that in your childhood. Well, I don't know
Yeah,
how
you
old you
didn't.
are. I don't want to make any
Wait a
assumptions.
minute. How old is Animal Crossing? Or wait a minute. How old is Sly?
I'm not taking that question.
2 years old.
Big Bustin 96 says he'd live in Tron or Ready Player One universe.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, those are good ones. And Slice is like,
Make me
but
wanna
I
watch
want to
that.
live there. So what is the longest stream you've streamed?
I've probably done. I think the longest I've ever done was like 6 hours. And that wasn't even planned. I just started and I just kind of went, and then I realized it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, it's 6 hours.
Yeah,
That's
so
probably
it
the
kind
longest
of,
one I've done.
yeah, it's one of those things where you just keep going. Like you're into the
Exactly.
game and stuff, and you
Yeah.
just keep playing.
Well, I think I played different games at night too, because sometimes I'll switch the games in the middle of stream. Because I'm one that gets very bored very easily, so or like my attention span doesn't stay very long. So like I always gotta switch games.
I'm looking through my questions.
You're all right.
Dun, dun,
I was like,
dun,
oh, she's
dun, dun,
speechless.
Well, I try to mix it up. I don't want to ask the exact same questions every time, and we do want to get to know you.
Ah, yeah.
So for me, I played Tony Hawk way back in the day, and a lot of the music from playing Tony Hawk, I really enjoyed. So do you have a game? I can't even remember the names of the songs from the Tony Hawk I played, which is crazy. But if I hear them played, I'm like, oh, that's from Tony Hawk from back in the day. But do you have a game that you
Primus.
play that you enjoy the music? Like you would listen to it while not playing the game?
I don't know. I wouldn't say a specific game in general. A lot of JRPGs. I love a lot their music. Man, yeah, any kind of like Japanese-based game or whatever like that. They use a lot of their own type of music and stuff like that. I like a lot of J-pop and all that stuff when they use that. Or a lot of the symphonies, like FF7, all the Final Fantasies. A lot of that stuff's really good, especially like in the NES time when they all had to use chiptune. It was really nice. And then I definitely like any kind of soundtrack that uses that that digital chiptune sound too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like that too.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like I don't have like a specific one that I would just like pop into the CD player and listen to. Wow, I sound old when I said that. Look up on the MP3s. But yeah, so anyways, so I don't have like a specific soundtrack I would listen to like that, but yeah, definitely.
That's
I definitely
awesome.
would like, yeah. So I definitely like any kind of soundtrack that just kind of gets to me. Because there's like other ones that like they play like the metal songs and stuff like that, and it gets you all pumped up.
Yeah, for sure. I like right now currently what we're playing in the stream tonight is Harris Heller, one of his albums called Lifestyle, and I use his music even in everyday life, just doing stuff randomly. So with that being said, when you stream and you play music, or if you play music on your stream, what do you use?
I was using Monster Cat, and then that kind of messed up on me, and then there we go. Sorry, my camera just like shit the bed for a second, so I was like looking really crazy. There we go. Okay, I guess I'll have to fix it later. Anyways, zombie mode. That's what Good Beat said. Fuck. What was the question? I'm sorry. I just totally blanked for a second. What was the question
You're
again?
okay. When you play music on stream,
Play music. Sorry.
yeah.
Yes. So I used to use. Sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought when I was doing that. I apologize. No, so I used to use Monster Cats, and that kind of I'm having issues with that. And then, but so right now I'm using Pretzel Rock, and I don't know. I mean, if I could play my own music, I would choose to do that, but obviously you can't until other times. But so I mean, I listen to like a lot of like hardcore stuff. You know, more like beat like 300 beats per minute or whatever it is, that crazy stuff. Like to listen to that. And it all depends what I'm playing too. So if I'm playing like shooters or whatever, I usually like to use more high beat stuff. If I'm just like playing like a normal RPG or something more like chill, I try to like tone it down, stuff like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've tried to use those in my streams, like just the app or whatever, or the what do you call it? It's not a fidget. What the hell
Widget.
word am I? Widget.
Extension.
There we go. Widget extension. Um, um, but before even streaming, I knew about Harris Heller, and he, I don't know. Like, you could play his music forever and never hear the same thing twice. Thinking about switching it up sometimes and kind of get away, hear something a little bit different, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you just gotta mix it up.
yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna ask some of the questions that are coming in the chat, and I'm gonna start with Big Busta 96. What motivated you to stream? I think we've touched on some of the things that started you to stream. But what was your motivation to finally get you to do it and stick with it?
I always have issues of starting stuff and not finishing it, especially games. I've got like tons and tons of games. I don't ever finish them because I get bored very easily, and I like to switch games and new games come out and stuff. So I always try to push myself to. So I really try to push myself to do this. Like I was like, I'm gonna keep starting, keep going, and like I said, I had good beats and other people helping me out starting it, and it was tough because like I kept looking at everything and nothing was working, and like I was still only getting like a couple of viewers, and I got a couple of raids, and I started to get up there, couldn't get affiliate. So it was kind of tough then, and then but I just kept trying, just kept going. So I was really motivated by just not quitting. Like I wanted to at least make it to affiliate, and then if I wanted to quit or whatever, then I would feel better about it. But like obviously I didn't quit, kept going. But like I wanted to at least get to that point and show that I didn't quit everything. Now I'm just kind of like, now I just want to keep going, try to get it better, make it better, and make something out of this. Because I want to say it's like, it's always weird to say it's a dream of mine to do this, but like, because you never knew this kind of technology never existed, like you never would think that you could actually just get on here and play video games and like do something with it, like no one ever thought you could ever do that back in the day. Like it was, everybody told you that, and then now everything going on, especially now and all this stuff. So it's like, and that, like I said earlier, that was like another motivation of mine, is because everybody's stuck at home, so this is kind of the best time to break into this kind of thing. And I mean anybody can do it. It's not just like we see like the top streamers or whatever, and then they're doing their thing or whatever, and that's fine. But like anybody can do it. Like if you could go in, have a following, have people. I mean, if you have a bunch of friends, have them all come watch you. I mean, anybody can do this. It's not rocket science. It's just coming on here and being yourself and throwing things out there, and then as long as you're not a dickhead, I mean, I'm sure people will watch you. So it's like
Yeah,
everybody's got to have something to watch nowadays.
right. I
But
completely
yeah,
agree.
for sure. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, that just not quitting. I guess that was my motivation.
So the next question from chat is from Italian Slice, and she asked, "Does Joey play any games yet with his kids?"
We've tried before. He's really good with tablet games and phone games. My girlfriend's tried, his mother, obviously. she got him to play this one game on PlayStation, but this racing game or whatever. But she's really bad with he's not very good with one stick, but he's good with the other stick. So I don't know. It's weird. So like I don't know. And I think he's like he just likes to watch people crash. And then I've tried to get him to play Smash Brothers, but all he has to do is just make the guy fall off the stage, and he laughs about it. And then there's this thing called Tom. I don't know if anybody's heard that Talking Tom thing, but he's got his own like dash game is on Xbox, and I've got him to play that a little bit. There's actually like a very short at the very end of one of my streams that he actually plays on, but you can't see him, so like people might think it's me, but it was actually him.
That's awesome.
Because he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't like to wear clothes, so I can't really put him on stream sometimes. So because when he was right at home, he just anywhere actually. As soon as he gets anywhere, like my mom's house or his other grandparents' house, boom, his clothes are off. He don't like wearing clothes.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. But we're definitely trying to teach him. I think eventually he'll get into it more.
What, keeping these clothes on or gaming?
Hopefully a little bit of both.
Yeah. And then Italian Slice asked, what is a goal that Joey has for 2021?
I have the same goal as I do, like my resolution as every year, just to stay alive. That's like my thing that I try to do. So if that's like my goal, but I guess my goal in 2021 with the streaming and everything is, I'd like to try to make partner. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, that's like I think that's everybody's goal when they wanted to do stream. So I hope that's something I can push forward more towards within this year. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything because I just want to do this for fun. You just want to keep doing this because this isn't supposed to be a job, you know, like I don't want this to ever feel like a job because it's not. It's something fun. If it's become something bigger, I love it too, then great. But if not, then I'm still gonna keep doing it because I like being here for other people and like, you know, let people watch me play games. And like I say, I always like try to play games that you know, if it's either free or affordable and someone doesn't want to pay for it themselves and want me to play it, then I'm definitely up for that. Like I like playing. I look at sales all the time. I play a whole bunch of different games, always downloading games just so people can just see different content, different things. So like I said, you know, if something happens to this, great. If not, then I'm gonna keep being here for everybody.
That's awesome. That's a really good way to look at it. That's a really positive way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to be positive, especially nowadays. You try to be as positive as possible, but you also try to be realistic. So I'm always trying to like the balance of things, you know.
Next question from chat, also from Italian Slice. What is one charity that Joey would like to stream for?
Oh,
and then there's an arrow. See, like, there's an arrow pointing towards Satan's panties.
Oh, charity for Satan's panties?
Yeah.
He got.
Oh man.
Dude. Oh, I don't know the joke. Hold on,
he is saying he's a charity.
Oh,
case.
He's a charity. Okay, cool. Charity case. Okay, cool. That's what I was saying. Okay, now I get the joke now.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, that's something I definitely want to look into eventually because I'm not sure even how to do that. So I don't know. If I was gonna do anything at charity, I'd have to do something for animals because like I don't know any charities and like. And not to sound mean, but I kind of like animals more than people sometimes. So like, I don't know what charity.
I relate to
so
that.
I don't know. I like to do something like with the Humane Society and something like that, or whatever. You know, something to do with that. And then if I could find out more of other charities, I would definitely help out with other stuff. Because I know there's other things out there. So again, not to sound mean.
Another question from chat, and this is from Satan's Panties. What is your favorite D&D 5e class or subclass?
5th edition? If you ask 3.5, I could tell you better. I don't know 5th edition that well. I just started using it. But I'll have to say rogue, because rogue is always my thing. I'm always the rogue character, you know, I always have to play the stealthy guy. Everything I play in every kind of video game and stuff, I try not to in some video games. I try to play other classes because I don't want to be, like the same thing all the time. But usually I pick, the rogue. So that's definitely my favorite class in any kind of class, and then in any D&D.
I never got into D&D, although hashtag and I started a D&D. And it still goes. He and I don't participate anymore. I didn't play. I think hashtag played a little bit or tried to get into it. But that group has still been playing. The same group has been playing for the last 3 years.
Yeah, it gets really intense if you get a good group together, and that party stays together and like doesn't die or anything or doesn't get crazy, or and the DM can keep going the story. It gets really crazy. There's people who have had characters for like 10 years plus sometimes. Like
Wow.
it gets nuts. Like like in their own story, like and they'll have their own history, and it gets nuts. It's really fun if you're really good at like storytelling or anything creative, and even if you're not, like, I mean, it helps you with that creativity because you really have to think about it on your feet too. And like obviously it's not real life, and you always try to like break away from that, and like you don't want to play a character exactly like yourself because that like because like you always want to think about what would this character be, and like that's like the crazy thing because you're trying to like put your mind into a different person's body because you wouldn't because like if you're somebody doing something else, you wouldn't. It's weird. Sorry, it's just weird to think about. Like I just like it's just like you lose yourself in it because like you're like, man, I would do this, but my character wouldn't, so I have to go with what my character does, even if it's gonna kill everybody.
Yeah. Big Busta 96 says, "What is a game that has stuck with you after your entire playthrough of it?"
What do you mean? It's like just like I always think about, or
Something you still play, maybe? Something you still go back to, but you've played it through?
oh, something like that. Probably Pokemon. I'll always play Pokemon. I won't go. I don't go to like back to a specific Pokemon, but I always go back to Pokemon. Like I'll always take a break for a while or whatever, and then I'll go back to it. Like I'll always play Pokemon. That's always like my biggest thing. Like right now I'm taking a break from it, but eventually I'll go back to it. Good beats is Halo. Halo is a good game too. I think always everybody likes Halo, but I never played the stories of Halo though. But yeah, Pokemon I definitely would go back to.
What is a game Joey is looking forward to playing in 2021? Ask Italian Slice.
God, I don't know. I saw the new trailer for King of Fighters. That looks pretty cool, so I'll probably be playing that. That looks exciting, but I haven't really seen anything else that like jumps at me just yet. I think 2021 is going to be a really weird time for video games and all kinds of stuff, and entertainment wise, because I mean we don't know how far we can take things now. But I don't know, so I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to that. Then I'm looking for. I think a lot more games are going to have a lot more new content rather than new games, because I think right now it's a lot easier to add stuff than making new stuff. So I'm looking forward to a lot of new content coming into some games. I don't know anything specific yet, but I'm sure we'll get more. But yeah, I think King of Fighters is probably the only one I'm really looking forward to that I've seen so far.
I don't think I've seen the preview or anything for that. What is that about?
I literally, King of Fighters. It's like an old school fighting game. It's like it came around in the same time as like Street Fighter and all that stuff. Just normal 2D scrolling type fighting game. It's like Street Fighter, but like reskinned. I don't know. It's obviously different. They're all the fighting games are usually in different kind of sets, but it's like the same kind of 2D scrolling stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds really cool. I like
Yeah.
games from back then like that.
Yeah, I think this is like the 14th one they've done. They've done so many of them over the years, and this one's going to be obviously for the new systems. I think it's on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 probably when it comes out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, PlayStation usually gets a lot of the fighting games and stuff like that, and that aspect. And it's like Japanese-based fighting game too, so they usually get all those.
I gotcha. Last question from chat, and it's from Big Busta 96. He asked something that has resonated with you or opened a door, maybe to a different way of thinking.
I'd have to say back in the day, I wasn't sure the things I believed in and stuff like that. So like I was very confused back in my 20s and stuff, so I didn't know which way to go. But I started reading a book called Hardcore Zen. Um, Talked a lot about Zazen Buddhism and stuff like that. So I really started learning more about Buddhism and everything. So uh, uh, that helped me think about existence in the world um, a lot more different way. And then kind of like gave me a different perspective on things and kind of helped me through a lot. So I'd have to say, if anything, that was probably a window opening or a gate opening or whatever after
Right.
reading that book. So that kind of helped me in that aspect. So I think after that I started thinking a little bit better, and then I kind of progressed from there. Now I'm here now, so I don't know if my
Yeah.
thinking's changed at all, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's really awesome. That is really cool.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you one more question, and we'll kind of wrap it up with the interview.
Yeah.
So we're not
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like talking all night, because I could talk all night. Apparently, that's what most everybody
You're all right.
says. So what is something that you want to tell other streamers? And before you answer, let me tell you guys, we were watching a streamer last night, and it's somebody that Hashtag and I have watched from the beginning of his journey streaming. We started watching him on Mixer because that's where Hashtag came from. Hashtag was a streamer on Mixer, and so now that Mixer is no more, this streamer came to Twitch, and I can't say any names because I don't want us to get in trouble or think we're talking bad about him, because we're not. But he had somebody pop in his stream, and now this is not like one of your big time streamers that's well known, but he holds an average of 400 viewers a night. So
That's nice.
yeah, so but you know, he's a cool guy, you know, but whatever. I don't want to get off the subject because, like I said, once I start
You're
talking,
okay.
I don't shut up.
No, okay.
Okay.
No, I'm interested now.
Yeah, so he had a guy come in that's new to streaming, and he asked the streamer, like, what tips can you give me to becoming an
Paid him.
affiliate with Twitch?
Paid him bits too now. Paid him 100 bits.
He gave him bits too. I didn't know he gave him bits. All right, so the streamer replied with, how about the advice I give you is to not come into another streamer's stream and ask how to be a streamer. So
Kind of.
yeah, so
Yeah.
what advice? Because the reason I ask this is because there's a lot of people out there right now, and even you said it yourself just earlier, Joey, that this is the time where people are trying to stream because everybody's at home, everybody's bored, they're playing video games, they're wanting to do a little bit more, they're wanting to be active in a world where we can't really be active. And there's a lot of people, and I've run into them too. Like, I've met people that absolutely have no clue how to start streaming. So, in a way, I felt bad for this kid because I'm like, you know, whoa, if he came in my stream, I would try to help him, you know? But
Exactly.
But this particular streamer, his stance on it was, you know, he's at a point in his life where he's not new anymore. Like, he's old school. He's already been through all that phase, and he felt like,
Exactly.
okay, he felt like the guy was in there just trying to get spotlight. Like, hey, you know, because you can't go in a streamer and spam your link, right? But you could be in there
No.
and be inconspicuous and be like, hey, you know, what's your what can you tell me your point of view? And then people automatically are like, oh, he's a streamer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So that was the streamer's take on it, was that the kid was in there just trying to get spotlight. Um,
yeah.
so what would your advice be to new streamers, like
Um,
the way to get
well,
started and stick with it and the way to get affiliated, the whole shebang? What would be your top advice for somebody getting started?
yeah. So, like I said, I had somebody who pushed me to do it. Not really pushed me, but he was helping me out. So thankfully, I had that. But he also didn't know everything either. So I also had to do a lot of research. But I also, so like, yeah. So I guess I'll answer your question and kind of how I did things. But this might not work for everybody. Like I just researched stuff. I went through other people's streams. I saw what they were doing, saw what they didn't do. I just looked at other programs and other things. And then went to other people's streams. I went to a lot of low people's streams. I only have so many viewers and stuff like that. And I talked to them and chatted to them because they're a little bit more appreciative because they only have so many people. And I just went there and talked to and then I went to somebody stream called Hoon Balloon, and they helped me out immensely, and they got me started in this group and stuff like that. And then I will have to say this group helped me out immensely, and they're the reason why I got affiliate. So I would definitely, I would say just go into other people's chats that are lower stuff, lower viewer count and all that stuff, and then just get in there and just chat, talk to people, and try to get people, not really to recognize you, but like, I mean, because eventually once you get into their streams over and over and over again, and it just takes time. It took me a while to even get to that point. And I was just in other people's streams and helping people out. I throw bits, do some subs if I can, stuff like that. I try not to do it all the time because you don't want to want to pay people to help you out in that sense, because then that always ends up badly. You also want to help people out, so anything you can do to help out, that's always helpful. But as long as you're in there and you host them and do things, and get the chat going and stuff like that, people recognize that stuff. People watch that stuff. I would definitely try to stay away from the bigger streamers and trying to do that in that aspect, unless they're cool with it, because some of them are cool with it, some of them don't care. But they also have moderators that look at that stuff, and that they don't want you to answer that question. They'll just delete your question anyways. So I would definitely try to look for the lower time, not lower. I don't want to say it like that, but people know what I mean, like lower viewer counted people or whatever. People still trying to start and get up because they're more receptive to that kind of stuff, and they'll probably help you out more. And also just keep going, just keep trying. Like if you only go on there, like you go on there every day and you have 0 counters, and you're on there for 6 hours and you have 0 viewer counts, you got to keep going. Like you're not gonna get on there and within a week get 3,000 people watching you. It's not gonna happen. Like you have to work at it. You have to push at it. Like I've been at this over almost a year, and I'm happy when I get like 5 viewers watching me. So
Yeah.
I like it. It's gonna suck for a while, but if you keep going, you keep pushing yourself, and you keep doing it, something's bound to happen. And if you can find somebody that's gonna help you out and get you into because more and more of these Discord groups are starting to pop up, I've noticed. So like, there's always people out there looking for more streamers and stuff like that, especially people who aren't even affiliate, because they want to be able to push them and make them affiliate, and then help them grow in that sense, so they can be more part of the brand in that way. So if you can get into one of those groups, they help out immensely. Like I said, SSG has helped me become affiliate and still helping me, and obviously because I'm on here. So and then and then do a lot of research, look at stuff, watch. And like when I say watch other people's streams and get ideas, I'm not saying like steal their ideas or like do exactly what they're doing, but like, oh, if they like do an overlay or do something like that, be like, oh, that's kind of cool, maybe I could do something like that. Or if they play a certain game and they do something on that game or whatever, you're like, oh, maybe I should, it's just, you just gotta do your research. And then there's like tons of podcasts about it. There's one specific podcast I listen to. I can't remember what's called off the top of my head, but he basically just does the same thing I'm telling you. Just like, he tells you exactly what he did, and then he says if it helps you, it helps you. But and I got a lot of my ideas off of that. I'm kind of like paraphrasing what he says. Like he says to just keep just keep doing it, keep talking, even though there's nobody there. Like you have to like practice. You have to build that up. If you're never talking, never doing it, you're not gonna be able to carry a conversation or anything when people are actually there. So I would just yeah, like I s- just don't give up. Just keep going. Like it's really not that hard to get an affiliate, but it is all at the same time. But it's just all about socializing, getting yourself out there, and putting your mark in some way. And if it goes into other streamers and stuff like that, people do recognize that. Also, I was also told to change my screen name sometimes too. So like that's why you'll see my screen name like in different ways and stuff like that because people recognize that too. They're like, oh hey, you so and so just did this or whatever. They just changed their screen name or whatever. Like it looks different. You're the same. Like just get people to notice you in some way so they'll talk about you, chat about you, and like you know I always kind of sometimes sneak and I'll sneak in there and I'll like especially now that I have my emotes, like I'll sneak in there, throw a couple emotes in there or whatever, and like big chats. Um, Stuff like that you can do as an affiliate. But before an affiliate, like I would usually like went in there and try to get a host. I always try to make sure like they have a chance to see my host and stuff like that and everything. Like it's just all planning. As long as you just talk to people and if people are cool about it, like you'll be fine. But like I said, you want to try to stay away from the big time people because sometimes they're not going to be appreciative of it. And then, but if you go to the lower viewer count people, if people are starting out, they're obviously going to be more appreciative because they're still in that spot just as much as you are. So, and then
Right.
yeah, just don't give up. Just keep going. It's not,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the best only advice I could really. I think that's the best advice. Just keep
That's
going.
Yeah, that's really good advice. All of it. Everything you said is really good advice. Changing things up, trying to get people to notice you, going in and out of people's streams of, even just random people. That's a good way to network actually, and that's that's what SSG does too. We provide people with the ability to get to know people behind the scenes of streaming, and then everybody can hang out in each other's streams and network with communities and just grow one huge, massive community of people that we know. And we're like, hey, I know that guy, or I know that girl, kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. You're selling yourself. You're not selling the game that you're playing. Like a lot of people say it's bad advice to play games with high viewer counts because they're like, oh, you're going to be put down on the queue or whatever, blah blah blah. But it's like if it's something you want to play, play it. It doesn't matter how many other people are playing it because you're not playing the game for people to come watch that game to be played. They can go watch the game being played anywhere. They want to come watch you. Like if you want to go play Cyberpunk or Call of Duty and there's like millions of people other to watch and bigger people to stream or whatever, like it doesn't matter. Like if you have a good following, you have people who want to come watch you. They're gonna stray away from those streams and come watch you because they want to watch you. Now they don't care about the game as much. They want to watch you. Obviously, if you're like kicking ass and like, you know, getting really good or whatever, then yeah, people are more likely to watch you. But even if you're doing bad, if people like to watch you specifically, they're gonna come watch you.
Yeah, regardless of what you do, what you're playing, anything, people are going to navigate to the person that they relate to. It doesn't matter. And once you go in streams, random streams or people streams, and you talk to people and you get to know people, they're going to decide whether they like talking to you or not, and whether they want to come watch you or not. You can't really force anybody. We can't force anybody to watch streams or be in streams. It's just it is what it is. Like you see some people just starting out and they don't have anybody, like they didn't network with anybody prior, and so they're just constantly streaming at zero, and they don't know how to fix it, and I feel bad because the only way I really knew about like networking and getting to know people and then eventually co-owning SSG was through hashtags trial and error actually, because when we left Mixer and came to Twitch, the struggle was real. Like none of the people that followed or was with hashtag came with him to Twitch, and it was an uphill battle. But
Mhm.
through his trial and error and trying to figure it out and get going, I mean, we paid for promotions. Like, we bought promotions and it still didn't work. And we were like, oh my gosh, what are we doing wrong? And there were days we wanted to give up. We would, you know, try to talk with people. And one day I ran into Slice, and now SSG is born. And I won't continue that story. I would be here all night. But anyway, um,
No, it's a great story.
but
That'll have to be your next stream one day.
yeah, the story of SSG. Um, but yeah, the things that you've said tonight is great advice. Stick with it, keep going, network, change things up. Get people to notice you. Be positive. All of those things you talked about tonight is really good advice for anybody that's thinking about streaming or wants to become a streamer, or is a streamer already. Um, Really good advice.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's the best. Yeah, I think that's the best advice anybody can give. So
yeah, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you being with us tonight. We are
well, I
gonna wrap.
appreciate you all having me here. I appreciate you all having me in the group too.
Yeah, we enjoy you. I know that oftentimes we don't always get to speak to each other or all the members, but that's the way it is. Honestly,
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Try to get to know the new faces, and you don't always have to stick with the old faces. But but yeah.
I'm still an old face. I'm just new to my face is just new to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody helping me out and too, stuff like that. I know I'm lax on my appreciations, but I want to thank everybody who's helped me out in the last week or so and gave me any hosts or raids or anything like that. So I just want to throw that out there.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Well, that's not mandatory. The appreciation in the Discord, it's not
I
mandatory.
know, but I still feel bad. I don't care if it's mandatory or not. I still feel bad.
Well, don't feel bad. We appreciate you too, and we're
Well,
glad
thank you. I
you're.
appreciate everybody.
Yeah, we're glad you're to be a part of the SSG family. As most of our members say, fam, SSG
Yeah.
fam.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cody Rattler just joined the chat, and I thought I saw somebody else just pop in, but I'm not seeing it. Argatron, there it is. Argatron joined the chat. Guys, we don't have a video this week, so we're gonna wrap up the interview. But before we leave, I wanted a hashtag to brief you guys on the tournament, and then from there, I've got a couple things to talk about, and then we're going to raid TheJoeyLama if he's still live when we leave.
I was actually gonna get off after this, but I will. Do we have anybody else we could raid? I was gonna help you raid somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, we could do that, but we wanted to raid you since you were live, but yeah, if you were gonna end your stream after we ended ours, it would make sense to hand it off to somebody.
Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't
No.
sure. Like, that was my bad.
No, that is not your bad. Hush, that is not your bad. That's why I mentioned it. Like, that's why I said it. So we're on the page.
I'm sure. Is there somebody still trying to make affiliate?
I will while hashtag is talking
Sorry, yeah.
a little bit about the I almost said podcast. We're in the podcast. While he is talking about the tournament, I will look and confer with Slice, and we'll see who's live.
All right, awesome.
Hashtag.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you awake?
I am. Yes, ma'am. My mic was off.
All right. So tell us a little bit about the tournament and like how the rules are going to work, really.
Okay, so once we get teams formed, we will do some practice runs. We won't have those announced. The teams will just practice on their own. We will do a 2-hour team with most kills. We will be checking in from the SSG Live podcast channel while I commentate. We'll be looking at each streamer, looking at the kills, looking at the plays, and just randomly checking in, seeing what they got for those 2 hours. Yeah, I see that in the chat. Y'all make a dude blush.
Cody Rattler, we made him blush.
So anyway, we'll do that for 2 hours. We'll end it. Whoever has the most kills is going to do the team that does the most kills will do a sudden death match in the firing range. And that's how we're going to decipher who is third, second, and first with the SSG prizes. Boom.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so it's gonna be January 30th. One person from each team will stream.
Right. Gotta have one person from each team stream it so we can commentate it.
Right. So hashtag and I think Devastroyer are going to be our commentators. They will go live on this channel, SSG. So if you're not participating in the tournament, you could come to the SSG Live here, where we are right now, to watch the tournament. And then, like hashtag just said, the team at the end of the 2 hours with the most kills will battle it out in the firing range to determine third, second, and first place. Third place prize is decals like SSG stickers. Second place is an SSG coffee mug. And first place is an SSG t-shirt.
Nice.
We're live here. I think we're live here. I'm live. Are you live? Are you live? I'm live.
I'm live.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm still here. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that the teams are to be determined because we are still trying to fill a couple slots to complete. We're trying to get enough to make 4 3-player teams. So I think we still have a couple spots to fill. You guys, please sign up, because if you fill those spots, that means I don't have to play in the tournament.
Oh, see, we don't want that though. We
I'm
need those easy kills.
I'm just a fill-in. I'm nothing special. I'm just a fill-in. So you guys fill those spots. All right.
Fill them up.
Yep, fill them up. All right, guys. So real quick, wanted to show you guys some things on the website. I know the website can oftentimes be forgot about, but you guys, you got to start remembering the website. This is a good promotion tool. So not only do we have all the good things that go on within the Discord itself, as far as the rank, things there, but this is a promotion tool for you guys. So if you share the SSG website and say, hey, look, I'm on this website, you just send them to the website and you go to the directory and you go to the members, and you guys are being promoted. Let's see if we can find TheJoeyLama. Did I pass him? Where's Joey? There he is. And guess what happens if you click on the link right here?
I assume you go to their stream.
Yep. And what commercial?
Oh God. Man, it's Dr. Evil. It's
Yeah.
the no one. No.
How about no?
Yes, look at all those beautiful faces.
No,
Oh, look!
No.
Is Joey asleep?
Oh, me? No, I'm awake.
Your head was down.
Oh, I was looking at the phone, yeah.
Alright, so...
No, I look like I'm asleep, there we go.
I'm like, but he's talking to us. But yeah, you guys, you're you're all right here. You could direct people here. And then we also do a monthly newsletter. I'm going to scroll through this real quick. Birthdays of the month for January, we have Average Gamer Guys on the 11th coming up, and then we have Taco on January 29th. New members are listed here, and look right here. There is Big Busta 96. How about that? So you guys, this is awesome. We don't have any new affiliates currently. White Radio is, but he got that just as he got into SSG. We have him listed there. We've got some really close to being affiliate. We work on this website throughout the week, each week. We have our member of the month listed. Look, it's none other than Satan's Panties. Satan's Panties is our member of the month. Look at that. So I can't really stress it enough. You guys, if you promote the Discord website, it's just more of a way to show yourself off. There's our streamer of the week.
Look at that mug.
Yeah. We have all kinds of resources that you can look up. Game nights, advice, rules. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff on here. Events.
Stream coach.
Yep, stream coach. I need to do some more work on that. But in the newsletter, let's see. So we have the tournaments down here, and we have Apex listed right here. I need to get our Apex thing, our little card that I made, put on here. And we also have our merch right here. So everything is in one spot. But back to the newsletter real quick. So we do the upcoming game releases for the month, so you guys can see that here. I mean, you could grab it from Google, but it's all in one spot. It's right here. Twitch announcements, they haven't, at the time of making this for January, they didn't have a lot of announcements, so this is kind of just thrown in there right now until they make some announcements in January. And then the gamer tech news, we have a PC category, an Xbox category, PlayStation category, and a Nintendo category. So really good stuff going on the website right now.
See, there's a reason why they ask you those questions. I remember getting asked all those questions when I first started. I never really understood why, and there it is.
What do you mean?
Just like, what do you stream on? Are you an affiliate and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, the photos that we ask for, that's also for the website. Yeah, so we always ask those questions. So we have info to give viewers for our website. We also added a few of our videos.
Oh, nice.
All right, so real quick, we still have a lot of kinks to work out as far as how we will reward these streamers, but SSG now supports Facebook streamers and YouTube streamers.
Nice.
You know, there's a lot of perks within the Discord that you get because it's Twitch related. We're still working out the kinks of what kind of promotions we can do for those streamers, but we do support those. So if you guys know anybody that streams on those platforms, you could recommend them. We are open to supporting those streamers.
Yeah, I think I threw a recommendation out for a Facebook streamer not too long ago.
You did, and that recommendation is still in there because we had talked about.
Yeah, you're totally fine. Yeah, I was just mentioning it because it seemed relevant.
Oh yeah. And I was just letting you know that we haven't viewed that person yet because we were still trying to work out like we
Yeah.
didn't want to bring them in and invite them in, and then we don't have anything for them. So once we get their perks and their things set in stone, we'll definitely start reviewing those streamers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think it'll be good to add more platforms.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so that wraps it up for us. Thank you again, TheJoeyLama, for joining us tonight. You guys,
Yeah.
our next podcast is going to be back on our regular night next week, Friday. Same time, same place, Friday.
Friday sounds good.
Yeah, it'll be Friday. I'm sorry, I was looking at the live list. All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. Thank you guys, everybody that's in chat. I'm not looking at the chat right now. Satan's Panties. I just looked at the chat and saw you ask, wait, it isn't Friday? No, it is not Friday. Today is Saturday. We try to, you know, do these podcasts according to our guests. We like to keep them on Fridays, but we are open to other days of the weekend, not throughout the week, but the weekend. So if you can't do it on Friday, I always recommend Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, I appreciate you moving that around for me. I had to work last night, so I do appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no worries at all.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, January the 15th. Let me look real quick. Let's look at the podcast and see who we have. Okay, so we have Untold Viking listed, but I'm going to need to move that around. We just rescheduled Renticle for January 22nd, so we may move hashtag Killshot up to next week. So, I spoke with Untold Viking, and he's currently not streaming, so he wanted to give his spot away. So you guys stay tuned. We'll get that spot filled and let you guys know who we'll have coming up for Friday. Let's see. Say what?
That'll work.
All right. I'm looking at the list. All right, Slice. I'm going to go just because. I'm going to go with the last person you just sent me, just because I couldn't decide. And sorry guys, I've been needing to cough. All right, so we're going to go visit somebody that's been in SSG for a little bit. Slice was giving me the list of people who were live, and we're gonna go visit Old and Nerdy. Let's figure out if I could spell this right, because you know the last podcast, if you were here, I sent the raid to the wrong people. Alright guys.
All one word.
I got it. I just
Old
was
and
done.
nerdy.
Yep, I was triple checking and quadruple checking.
Any caps or anything?
The O and the N are.
Yeah, the O and the N, but it's all together. Old and Nerdy.
I think I got it.
Of course. Hold on. I tried to do it as Southern Biscuits. Another epic fail. Let me do this. Hashtag, you're in here. You can do this.
I don't think you've had me as editor.
It Slice. I got it. All right, guys. Thank you again for coming tonight. Yeah, it was an offline channel. I'm kind of glad it was. All right, guys. Thank you again for coming tonight. We'll all see you around the Discord. We look forward to seeing you. You guys have a good night.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, we
Yep.
appreciate you too.
Good
All right,
night.
have a good night.
Good
Be
night.
safe.
You too.
There you go. You got a raid.
2 of them.